Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely boots on the ground and bonkers. And where I'm at today is a massive master plan community you can see behind me called Tamarron. Now I went here because this master plan community is entirely being built by D.R. Horton, which is obviously, guys, the #1 builder in the nation. And what I have seen from touring this community is it appears that D.R. Horton is actually grossly overexposed, at least what I'm seeing in this community of Tamarron. And really what today's video is going to be about is essentially what area you should be watching if you're interested in purchasing in Texas, specifically you guys around the Houston area. And I'll pull up the map in a second. But where I want to start is by telling you the characteristics of the houses we're about to see. So the houses we're going to look at are anywhere from 2 to 3 bedroom. Square footage is 1,300 to 1,500 square feet. Another primary reason why I'm here is the price point right now for these houses is relatively low, probably the lowest in the market at under $300,000. So we're in phase 2 in Tamarron by D.R. Horton, price points under $300,000. They're gonna build 5,000 homes in this phase. Phase 1, they're gonna build 5,000. Total overall, 10,000 homes they plan on building right here. Now they've only built probably less than 10%. So this community of Tamarron, you guys, has a long way to go. Now real quick, let me pull up the map, all right? So we have the Google map up. Now obviously we're gonna start at Houston. We're gonna go west of Houston. We're gonna follow the 10 freeway. Now around Katy, we're gonna go south of the 10 to this huge community, as you guys can see right here, called Tamarron. And again, we're at phase 2 because at phase 2 has a lower price point, more affordable price point. And you know, let me pan around here. You guys can see this road here. Going that way are multiple like massive commercial developments being done. There's an Amazon over there, there's a Ross distribution center that way, so there's a lot of jobs that way. So what D.R. Horton is doing is they're trying to conform to first-time home buyers over there. Now what I'm saying is there ain't enough first-time home buyers to fill this community, and most first-time home buyers can't even afford to buy right now. But what is happening, according to the reps, you guys, is massive investor demand. So we're in an area, master plan community, with massive investor demand. Either way, you guys, like the video. I'm not a financial advisor, and I hope you enjoy. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm walking down a street right now of Tamarron where there is massive amounts of new construction, hidden inventory. As you guys can see, I'm coming from that street right there. But all to the right of me, you're gonna see framed houses. This is all off MLS, this is hidden inventory, or better said, just homes under construction. I think it's really important to point this out because what I'm saying, guys, is we have a lot more inventory in our housing market than what is being listed on MLS, because a lot of this stuff, again, is not even listed. Now, as I'm walking through here, guys, pay attention to the quality of construction and really pay attention to how quickly they're basically getting the houses up here, right? Nothing like Phoenix. Let me kind of pan around here. You guys can see all behind me, a lot of cars. Let me kind of just show you. I mean, down the street, both sides of the street, massive amounts of construction. You know, the lots look, you know, really wicked. Anyways, guys, some really amazing stuff. Now I'm really cautiously walking through here because I have a lot of equipment, and you know, obviously there's cars coming, you know, both sides like crazy. But you guys, you know, look at these sites here. Basically, they're using cheap materials, you know, according to them, so they can pass you guys the savings. You guys see the, you know, behind me? You guys see all that? Nothing like Phoenix, nothing like Las Vegas. This is like, you know, this is them basically throwing stuff up here, you know, from the looks of it, you know, because they need to sell these houses quickly. But again, this is kind of a more active, you know, construction zone right here. A lot of stuff going on. All the stuff to the right of me, framed housing. As you guys can see, again, framed housing all behind me, all available. To the left of me, as you guys can see, more completed houses, as you guys can see. All right, guys, so now what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna pull up a Fred economic data chart right now, and I'm gonna go over with you guys basically what's going on around the nation according to Fred economic data. As you guys can see, Fred updated this chart February 16th. It's showing 1.6 1.7 million active homes under construction. Now I want to point out that also includes rental properties. Now I'm lumping that together because as we get more and more rentals hitting the market, obviously that's going to put more and more stress on the housing market in total. But as you guys can see, we have never had so much new construction going on in the history of the United States. Either way, you guys stay tuned for the next scene. All right, now let's talk about the existing inventory, because not only do we have a whole bunch of houses under construction off MLS, we also have a whole bunch of houses that are on MLS, or even if they're not on MLS, they are available to be purchased. Now you guys can see all the way down there, that is available to be purchased. Now, I'm walking down a street right here. I especially love this street, you guys, because there are signs on all of these houses. So it's going to tell us whether or not it is available or not. So this first house we have up here, as you can see behind me, is available. You'll be able to see the sign, available. I like this, guys, because there is no question that most of these do not have a buyer lined up. Most of this are actually spec homes by D.R. Horton. And the other thing, I'm questioning any of these houses that say sold, because again, remember, historical cancellation rate and interest rates just went through the roof. So this one over here behind me, as you can see, does say sold. But again, you guys, I'm wondering if that's even true, because imagine walking down here and all of these houses, you know, showing available. Now let me pan just so I can show you where I'm walking down. So you see all those signs? Look at, see all those signs? So it is listed, so it does tell us the status, but again, I doubt half of the ones that say sold on them are even sold to begin with. Now again, I'm walking by another one right here. This one is available. You know, there's the sign behind me. You guys see that? So again, I'm hoping I'm not going to get a whole bunch of comments from some haters saying they're not, you know, these are all taken, they're not available, because the reality is D.R. Horton, you guys, now this one's available right there. That one is available. Let me show you the sign. There's the sign right there that says available. Because again, what this is showing us right now is D.R. Horton has absolutely overexposed themselves, because, you know, and they probably started doing this construction when the rates were at 0%, or, you know, for consumers 2 and 3%. Now that rates are in the 6s and even 7%, it doesn't make sense for builders to phase out like this. Normally they phase it. Now this one's showing sold right here. There's the sign, you guys. You guys see that? So this whole block to my right, and also some of these houses to my left right here, are all available. Again, some of them do say sold, but do y'all really think that they're all going to sell? I don't think they're all going to sell. This is a ton of inventory. This is just one section. I'm going to pull up a Redfin chart right now, you guys, and basically tell you guys where we're at as far as inventory, okay? Now, first of all, let me pull this up. As you can see, we started this year at about 10 weeks of inventory. Now, fast forward, we started this time last year at a little over 10 weeks of inventory. Now, right now in Houston, okay, for all the stuff listed, we're at over 20 weeks of inventory, making it extremely close to a buyer's market right now as far as months of supply. So really astonishing, you guys. You can see this whole thing, it goes back all the way. It goes back, let me show you, all down there. Do y'all see that? Pretty epic, you guys. There's an epic amount of new construction going on right now, existing inventory that they keep having to drop their prices, crazy buying incentives. And the thing is, guys, it's only going to get worse because they cannot slow down building houses. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about price cuts. And as you can see, I'm actually at the sales office. I'm actually at the sales offices right now. Let me pan so you guys can see. These are the D.R. Horton models and sales offices. And actually, I just went in there. And you know, you guys, here's the thing. It never ceases to amaze me how awful the customer service is. This guy wanted to argue about like language and definitions, and I'm just like, dude, like, see ya. Like, anyways, you guys, really astonishing. But here's the good news. So these are 45, 55, and 65 foot lots in this section. Again, this is phase 2 of Tamaron. Now the price cuts, they have redone all of their inventory, all of their price listings, and basically dropped the prices to under $300,000. But for the bigger houses with the lots, they're doing, you know, around the low to mid 300,000. So really amazing price cuts that are not going to show like on the surface like what Lennar does, because DR doesn't really do that. They don't want people knowing how much they're price cutting, but they have been price cut in this area because over that way there's a bunch of jobs, and they want to basically, all of the people moving here, they want to have price points that are appealing to people in that demographic as far as income. And there's an Amazon, Tesla, there's a whole bunch of businesses over there, like I told you guys. But here's the thing, but not only that, you guys, not only are they doing those price cuts, and let me pan around here so you guys can kind of see the different types of models, but you know, they already started fire selling. So the fire selling and the liquidation, those are the models right there, you guys. In the liquidation, you guys, it's already priced into the houses, so this is really good. But I think that we're going to start seeing more and more price cuts the further we get down in the year. We're still in February. Rates need to be higher. They need to sit here more. Again, this is 10,000 homes they're building. Maybe they have 1/10 of that. The fire selling, the liquidation, the price cutting will continue. But on top of that, they're also doing a rate buy down of 4.99% when they basically have $20,000 in the deal based on that buying incentive. And you guys know how the temporary buy downs work. But a 4.99, it is temporary. It does make it a little bit more convenient the first and second year. But essentially what happens is the money is put into escrow from the buy down, and that money is used to help offset mortgage payments. So we have a $20,000 buying incentive in the form of a rate buy down. We have massively shaved off base prices, and on top of that, they're also offering an additional $7,500 towards closing costs. So they're starting to play ball, you guys. And the thing is like, again, interest rates just shot up. The 10-year just shot up. All of the stuff that we're talking to them about, because we went in there, again, horrible customer service with DR Horton, really shocking. In just my opinion, this is why you do need representation. These guys are absolute garbage. I don't know how else to sell that. You know, say that as soon as they knew that we're a realtor, it's like, oh, we don't want to, you know, respect you. We don't want to. He's like, oh, don't worry about these prices for the 55. Don't worry about these prices on the 45-foot lot. So, you know, I'm just going to tell you guys, in Tamaron Phase 2, this sales office right here, beware. Horrible customer service right there. Very difficult to get information out of them. We did go to Phase 1 as well. Phase 1 is also doing the same incentives. Much more respect on Phase 1. This guy, very difficult to deal with, and that's part of your realtor's job, right, is to fight these battles. But again, you know, what I want to do real quick, guys, and we'll move on to the next scene, is let me pull up a Redfin chart so that I can show you overall Houston and tell you guys how much the median sales price has gone down already. Now, as we can see here, we peaked around May of this year, and fast forward to today, here's where we're at. You guys can tell we're about $40,000 off the median sales price, which represents, as surprising as this is, you guys, that represents an 11.3% median sales price decline in Houston already. And look at how, you know, let me pull up it again. Look at how close we are in Houston to being on the year-over-year price decline list. So things are changing rapidly here in Houston. This is absolutely beautiful. Again, wait for additional price cuts, but right now we have hefty price cuts, great buying incentives, money towards closing costs to offset, you know, overexposing yourself as a buyer. What a change, you guys. What an absolute change from this time last year. So count your blessings. Things are changing rapidly right before our eyes. So here's going to be my final scene, which is behind me. As you guys can see, is the clubhouse. And then let me pan a little bit that way. That's where the pool's going to be, the clubhouse pool. But I really wanted to have this final scene here just to remind you guys that if you do invest in this community, in the beginning phases and stages of this community, remember, it's probably going to take 10 to 15 years for them to even sell this community out. So, you know, will this clubhouse be done? How long is it going to take for this clubhouse to be done? How long will it take for the amenities to get done? No one really knows, you guys, but we do know that it does appear that this entire, you know, community, at least in Phase 2, and we went to Phase 1 as well, overexposed by D.R. Horton. So let's talk about some things about, you know, why you wouldn't want to buy new construction right now. Now, the first reason is they have more room to go down on their prices. So the number one thing, they have more room to come down in their prices. Now, the other thing is understand also that they are not regulated like realtors and like loan officers, so you're gonna want to have representation because, quite frankly, you don't want to learn the hard way, you guys. And you guys see all of that. Look at all of that land they have to go. How the heck are, maybe it's gonna take 20 years, who knows, but it's definitely gonna take a long time for them to not only finish this, and this goes way back, you guys, it's gonna take them a long time to finish this, but it's also gonna take a lot of money for them to finish this. So again, you guys, few things let's continue to go over. So another thing is the quality of construction. Being that this is a little bit lower price point and they're just throwing houses up like crazy, you're gonna wanna get an inspection to make sure that, you know, you uncover any potential, you know, imperfections in construction or poor quality materials being used. So again, you guys remember, definitely get a new home inspection and have it a very detailed inspection so you know your investment was built well. Now, another disadvantage, even though this is a lower price point, it's going to still be hard to purchase new construction and cash flow. So if you're an investor or a first-time home buyer and you're a first-time home buyer that wants to make sure that in an emergency case you're going to cash flow, you're probably going to have to put a little bit more down than usual, again, because it is new construction, so that is a disadvantage. But some of the advantages are it does come with a 10-year warranty, 1 year covering essentially everything, 2 years I believe for appliances, and then 10 years for the foundation. So it does come with that warranty as well, you guys. You guys have a lot of options. We're in a community right now with 45-foot lots, 50, 55, and 60-foot lots as well. So again, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I believe you guys are going to start seeing even more price cuts in the community like this. As these homes continue to sit, it's going to put more distress on D.R. Horton. The more distress on D.R. Horton and the more inventory that D.R. Horton has, the more we're going to start seeing additional price cuts and additional buying incentives. In other words, you guys, we're only in the second inning. The longer that we wait, better deal we'll have. So again, you guys, don't forget to like this video, comment below, let me know if you enjoyed this video, let me know if it helped. Now, other than that, guys, if you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck, and I hope you win.